Just going on a run to give the Mitas E10 a test. I haven't done that much riding on them on tarmac, probably no more than 300k, just to and from work, which is literally on the route that I'm taking now, like a 20 km round trip. While I can't make an absolute comment on them for on road, they do feel okay. A little bit rumbly when you lean the bike over, but that's to be expected with this kind of tyre. But under normal riding conditions, they feel fine. I think with any tyre like this, it just all comes down to common sense use. First things first, Arbiter.
So as you can see by the tread pattern on the Mitas E10, it's quite aggressive in comparison to the E07. It's probably more of a 60-40 bias towards off-road. And this particular one is the Dakar version, which has the stronger carcass or sidewalls, which is quite useful. Despite it being awkward to mount to a rim if you do it manually, the idea behind it having a stronger carcass is that it allows you to reduce the air pressure quite a bit to spread the tyre out. So if you need extra grip on soft surfaces, it's quite capable of doing that without actually pinching the sides and damaging the tube or the rim. So that's quite useful if you do a lot of sand riding or a lot of dry dirt where you want some extra grip.
So we're approaching a steep climb. It's not very long, but it's still steep for a 200 kg plus bike. Working our way around these divots first. Feet. Go this bit. Like me, my bike's just taking a rest. Slow down here a bit because sometimes agricultural vehicles, there we go. So to sum these tyres up, off-road on the dirt, they're fantastic. They're a marked improvement over the Mitas E07, and don't want to use the same old cliche, but they definitely inspire confidence when you're hill climbing. There's a lot of grip and they propel the bike forward with very little slippage at the rear, unless you really want it to, unless you really give it some throttle, and that's, you know, your intention is to push the back end out just for a bit of fun. But if it's for realistic climbing and getting you along the dirt with efficiency and power and control, and these tyres definitely do the job. Unfortunately, I lost feel for my rear brake because up one of the hills I bent the lever all the way back onto my foot actually. So when I was standing on the pegs, I was kind of catching the brake with the side of my big toe, trying to feel it. So I had to be a little bit cautious on some of those fast straights. But they're great, and on tarmac they feel good. As I mentioned, with any tyre like this, with this kind of tread pattern, common sense is required. If you go hitting speeds around corners on a bike like this with off-road tyres, then you're possibly asking for trouble, so you need to give the tyres some respect. But I definitely recommend them if you're a steady rider on tarmac and your enjoyment levels are on the dirt, like me. This is after a morning's ride on the dirt track. So as you can see, some of the edges where it's been biting in the dirt and caught some of the rocks. That's normal. I mean, that's what's going to happen when you hit the track and give it some.